chat. It's me. We're a little early. Gonna be honest, chat. It was rough getting everything started today. I don't know why it was so rough getting everything started today. The camera up there did not want to stay and is now in a weird position where you can see the back of this. And I'm not super happy about that. Not really many options for getting this out of the way. I guess that's probably about as best as I'm going to be able to get. And hopefully we'll still be able to see while we paint this way. Shouldn't be too much for trouble, but as always, I got to turn the deal off for that real quick. Give me a second. Okay, and turn the autofocus off. Hopefully you can't hear a family member mowing outside, but you might be able to. Hello, Will. We're just going to have to deal with that being... Oh no. Don't fall, please. Please don't fall. Gotta mess with those settings again one more time. We always have to do this at the start of every stream. Alright, and we can adjust that as needed, but it should be pretty clear there in the middle of the view what we're looking at, and I can always closer. But yeah, we're working on our Aeldari Corsairs. We're doing them in Captain Harlock colors, so you can see Captain Harlock, of course, over here. I can see my picture of Captain Harlock over here. So I think what we're going to work on next are either the straps or the capes. I kind of want to do the capes because I want to mix a little bit of red into the wings, but not much. Also, you might see the wet palette is different. That's because I found out yesterday that I've been doing the wet palette wrong this entire time. So that's wonderful. There's too much water in there. I can see that now already. There's too much water in there. Yeah, there is way too much water in there. Okay. Well, that's a problem. This is a rush job that I did today, trying to make one before the stream. We will see how well it does. I don't think it's going to do very well, to be honest with you. And I almost feel like I should just go back to doing it the old-fashioned way so we don't mess anything up. Because that is far too wet. Alright, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to get some more water out of this. We're learning. We're learning. Give me just a second, chat. I'll let you play with the music while I'm gone. Okay, we're gonna see if this works a little better. Drain some more water out of it. But I'm learning all these lessons the hard way, okay? That's part of the whole point of this, right? Is if I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm really bad at it. Well, if I can paint, anybody can paint. We're gonna raise this up a little bit. Make that a little bit easier. Okay. Get the inside of the cape up there. That's pretty good. And then, like I said, I want to mix just a little bit of it in the wings. Not too much, but just a hint of red. Just to give it a little bit more vibrancy. That actually, I think, did pretty well. Up here. That might have been a bit much on that side. Let me napkin that back real quick. Again, since it's an animal, it doesn't need to be absolutely perfect. I just want little flecks of it in there for the most part. It'll make it pop a little more, you know. Alright, I think that's pretty solid. Might have been, again, a little bit too much red right there, but otherwise, really like the underside. I think the underside looks really nice now. It does break up that green and yellow quite a bit. It looks pretty good. All right, I think that's all we were doing red on, right? No, red was also for the bandanas. Kerchiefs, as it were. Does he have any of those? I don't think so. Okay, so we're done with him with red. Next up, we'll get, oh boy. Center boy, as you can see, I fixed his arm. And as you can see here, because the wet palette is working correctly, the paint stayed wet. So, I mean, it's working. I did a poor job at it, but it's working. I'm going to order an actual wet palette. I just didn't have time by the time I figured out that I was doing it wrong to order one. But again, that's part of the point of this series is if I can learn to do this, anybody can learn to do it. Don't be scared to try it, you know? Oh, this red looks so good. This is Flesh Terror's red. Looks so bright and vibrant. What did we do the tabard in before? I didn't have one. We did it in black. But we need to come back with black and get that tabard there. We missed that before. Got the side of my handle in the red. Whoops. Right before your eyes. Right, does he have any? Yeah, he does. Got one right here. And just as before, because the highlights, this stuff just fills in wonderfully with that red. Looks really great. It makes it pop right away. really pretty look on it there. Right. Next up for red, as we continue our assembly line. A little bit of red in places I didn't quite want it there. But the black will color that up. Cover that up, that is. Trim it up in the red. Look nice. Alright, he also has a antenna on. Really excited with how these guys are turning out. I think they're looking really nice, and I'm really excited to play them once they're done. I think they're gonna look really, really good all painted up. Right, that's him done with the red. We'll do that in the brown. All right, let's go for our leader, the Fellark. Flesh chair's red in the palette. I think we got a little bit too much of the water out now, but it'll work. It's not really that different from what it was before now, except it stays a little wetter, which is nice. But like I said, I will order an actual wet palette, or I will get better at making my own, one of the two. I really like the red outline it gives the cape on the other side too. It looks really nice. You're not really going to be able to see the inside of this, but as long as I know I got it in the red, if there's ever a situation where you do see it, it's red, you know? And then we have the bandana for him as well. Right, go. Up is the Shade Runner. That in red. Pop a little more. You're not even really going to notice too much of the red for him because you can't really see it. But it does add to the profile, which is nice, you know? He also has the bandana. Yep. Assembly line painting definitely makes it where we don't have to flip between colors as much. But it means if we miss anything, we got to come all the way back, you know? Oh, got a little bit of red on the outside of the cape there. Knocked something over by my foot. I'm not. Dry brush. Knocked the dry. Oh, it's so hot in here, chat. The fans are going. They're just having trouble keeping up with the heat. Alright, he does not have the same style. He's instead got the tabard, like, on his blade. Very cool. And I want to make sure we recognize that. Oh, messing up the black paint job we already did. Be great. I got a little bit of red right there, but hopefully that gets lost mid black. Actually, I have a better idea. Wipe it up that way. There we go. Okay, and I think that's the red done on him. So we just have our gunner left to go for the red, and then we will move to the next color. Not too shabby, or having one color already basically done. Gotta be really careful here. I got a little bit on his leg just then. That off of there. I think all I did just then was spread that. But it kind of disappears into it. Kind of. Not too much, but we can always go back over it with a touch of black later. We have some more black we want to paint after all. Alright, then we just got to get Anna. I always get nervous when doing these little details that I'm going to just wreck everything we've already painted. Alright, I think we're good there. We're going to keep this guy on here, and we're going to go for the snakebite leather, I think. Be next. Brush our brush out. Other brush out too. Get up on it. Alright. Our trash paper. Not the good napkins that I had the other day that were really good at it. This'll do. I need to get like an actual wash rag that I can wash out. There's a lot of things I need to do to upgrade the paint setup. Okay. Still looks a little red, but seems like we might be okay. Not seeing any. Okay. Next up, we'll do snakebite leather, which is not the same as the Cygor brown that we're going to be using in other places. We'll be really careful not to mix this in with the red because of our palette. Alright, so for the leather, we have the gloves and the straps. Yeah, and the holsters. Okay. And again, we're painting these to look like Captain Harlock colors. In honor of Leiji Matsumoto. Go ahead and get this strap here. Then we'll get the other hand. I really like the way snakebite leather looks. It is a really nice color. Strongly considering doing Belgor Ravagers with a little bit of snakebite leather, just because how good of a color it is. Alright, he doesn't have any other holsters or anything, so we're good there. Move on. No, you're good, man. Like I said before, my goal on Fridays is just to entertain while getting work done. And if people can sit back and relax and enjoy the show while they're doing other things, then that is just fine. That's not going to upset me at all. Forward here. I mostly keep talking just so everything's not silent. And also so that if somebody's not watching, they can get an idea where we're at, you know? Now, as far as I'm concerned, just having people want to hear what I have to say or want to hang out with me is already far better than most people can ever ask for. And so I very much appreciate it. I am truly blessed. Yeah, there's that pouch. What do we do for the... Okay. I did the belt and snakebite. Can't see his belt. I guess you can a little bit. Oh no. We missed a little bit of red right there because I didn't turn the model. But I can get that later. Then we need to do the leather for his gloves. Way thicker than I meant for that to be, but honestly, I think it's probably going to make for a really nice effect. Sorry, I got quiet there. I got really nervous about getting those fingers around that amulet without getting the pink. But also, we're going to make the cord of the amulet leather. Just because it makes sense to me that it would be on a leather cord. We could have made it a chain. I thought about making it a chain, but it makes more sense to me for a pirate to have it on like a leather cord. So we're going to do the same for these over here. We may take some gray and make it look like it's some kind of fiber metal. But go. Gabby, I think. We're going to do the same here, but we are going to weather that a little bit with a different color so that it's not the exact same color as the gloves. Even though it makes sense to me for it to be a leather strap, I don't want it to be same color, because then it kind of just like folds together, you know, instead of looking good like it should. All right, him for now. Come back to him. Do Shade Runner. Doom, doom. Doom, doom. Starting to look pretty good, I think. We're gonna get the pouch on the other side too. I don't really want to do these swords in the front in the leather, so it would make sense for that to be a scabbard. So we might do it in leather and then bump it up a little bit. With another color. Make it shine a little more. Although actually the leather does not look bad. Now for the gauntlets. Heck yeah, that's looking great. They're really starting to come together.
It's now or it's never, and I've got to make my decision. This time it could be my moment. Is this a mirage or a chance to fulfill my mission? A river in a dry
Yes.
the left is in
Lost hand.
a heartbeat for demon. Always is in she's land.
Right, let's go for the fell arc next.
On razor's edge now, real quick, all my life is over. One strike just a pain, then I'm out of his field of
Closer camera wise, so it's a little bit easier to paint it.
Don't ask why I'm ready, but I'm ready to strike him down now. I just saw the new stars. There's no time for indecision. A river
Yo.
in a dry land,
See, those two didn't really have a lot of belts.
in a lost head.
His belt is covered. Fell arc does have a lot of belts. We do have a little bit of, I think, white leather to do on him.
A heartbeat for demon.
All of that's belt.
Always is in she's land. Remind us we'll hear the
Belt right there. I meant to do that tassel in red there too, so we'll have to fix that in a little bit. I think we got all his belts just there. He's got another door right there. It is connected by a belt. All right. Give me Birdman. Oh no, his sword is broken. He must have fallen at some point. Okay, after we get done painting this, we'll glue his sword back. Thought I noticed it shift earlier, and I was like, nah, that must have been my imagination. Does unfortunately happen. For demon. That brings a lot more color to him. Oh, we didn't do the Felarch's gauntlets. His gloves. I wasn't thinking. I'll have to pick him back up in a minute.
Gotta clear my head of anger and greed. A place to refresh heart and mind. Can I find some time? And rivers and darling, the left
Missed a little spot of the bird right there that I'm just now noticing. We'll have to fix that later.
new beginnings.
Do that during touch-ups.
Now we need it. A heartbeat fighting.
Might be hard to believe with how many guys we have to do. We're actually almost done.
Remind us what we're here for. Creating new life. Creating rivers in the
Alright, well before we put him away, let's re-glue his sword. I have to repaint part of that. Okay. Oh, my glue's all stopped up again. It gets that way. Unfortunately. Have to work with it to get it back open. Okay. Oh. Hold it steady. Okay. No, it's not quite lined up right. Okay. We're gonna have to fully fix it. Let me get this back. Oh no, man. Stuff like that is why it breaks, because I'm a klutz. Alright. The annoying part about it is, no! Glue everywhere, including on my hands. Ah, dang it. And also, dang it. Makes the paint smear a little in a way I really don't like. It is just plastic. Have to be very careful. We did have Cat get on a shelf because the shelves weren't high enough yet. And some stuff was broken then, so that could be part of it too. Drifting off. Okay. That should be good. We're gonna have to leave him be for a little while. Might not finish him tonight. We'll see. We gotta let that sword rest until it's fully attached. Alright, we were doing gloves. Let's go back to the Felarch. Push him to shove. We finish him tonight and I just re-glue it back on there later. Like I had to do for the arms of the other guy. Because unfortunately it does happen. As much as some of these models might look like they were always together once you're done gluing them, most of these pieces were not together before. Fingers are in there. All right, there we go. Okay, it's already a lot sturdier than it was. Good. All right. Got a scabbard here. Belt there. Belt there. Pouch here. Right. And we go for gloves, which should be easy on this guy because just his hand. Right, and then for this one, go. Him done. One more for the leather. Here. Almost snake bite leather. Stretch for just a second, chat. Lost the lid to my drink. That's okay. Doesn't have much left in it. You definitely have to do more of the purple. Magos purple. There's a lot more of it that we missed that I didn't realize because we didn't have the other colors done yet. That's okay. Right, now he's got a couple belts. Thank you, sir. Pretty happy with how most of them are looking now. The assembly line painting is really showing the highlights of each model as we go, as we get through each step, you know. This guy's got a lot of leather to paint on him. Bit of water to mix in there. Didn't quite get that wet enough for a wet palette, but that's okay. Come back and get the edge of that pistol handle there in gray. This is gonna bring a lot of color to him, honestly. Getting all these straps and holsters. I added some more music. Hopefully it doesn't get us copyright problems. If it does, I'll remove it. Don't want people to get tired of just the same songs over and over, you know? Probably give a little bit of highlight of some of the Magos purple in those jewel slots at the top there, and maybe a little bit of Basilicanum gray over the edge there, just to make it pop a little more. But I think we're done with Snakebite leather. Alright, so which color do we want to use next? I'm thinking maybe we go ahead and start working on some heads and get some Cygor Brown in here. What is Sword Boy doing? Much better. Okay, he should be good then. Either that or we finish off the pants. Space Wolves Gray. I don't think that's going to take very long. Might do that instead. Go ahead and get a little bit more done on each model before we start working on a step that I think is going to take a little while, which is the Cygor Brown. Like to finish them today, but I don't know if we're going to be able to get that far. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do the Space Wolves Gray. This is a very unobtrusive color, but one that I think looks really good once it's on there, especially with all of the flap chopping that we did, edge highlighting. Wash it in there. Afterwards, it'll look like the blue of pants. It'll also look just like slightly ethereal, which I really like. Add a little bit to that backpack there. We'll see what it looks like when it's done. If nothing else, it'll add a good base for the purple to go on. And then specifically on his weapons, I want to add some Space Wolves blue. Gray. It says gray. It's bluish gray. I think it would look really nice on there. The Shade Runner's blades. Darken them up a little bit and make them look a little bit more ethereal, you know? Alright. Shade Runner's done for the blue. And again, for anybody who's like, why specifically just pants? Why not any other colors in this? Well, it's because we're trying to match Captain Harlock's style. As you can tell up there, he's got blue pants. And his blue pants are an important part of his style. So blue pants it is. Again, it's not going to take long to do this on every model of the set, so gonna knock this out real quick. Most of them barely have any pants showing. For the ones that do, it'll be a little bit more color. Sections where there is none. That's a holster we missed. Dang it. Alright, so we're going to have to come back with Snakebite leather for this guy. Might have enough on my palette after I finish doing the pants that I can get it. Yeah, it's like red for Char. You gotta have it. Even if it's just a little bit of the color scheme for the outfit, you gotta have it. It's important. A little bit. Ooh, we got on that leather. There we go. Alright, sword boy. Missed a pouch on him too. Wow. I'm out of it, I guess, when it comes to looking for pouches. Can't believe I missed so many pouches. Alright, well, we're going to come back to those two for pouches then. Have them set aside from the rest. But that's part of the point of painting each spot individually too, is that you find the stuff that you missed otherwise. Nightbot, that is true. Find the VODs for all of our streams, including the ones we did before, where we did all the slap chopping, or all the highlighting, and painted other parts of them. For all these guys. For anybody that's looking and sees the two in the back and are like, why aren't you painting those? It's because they're already painted. Wow, okay, that guy just flew. We did those two to start things off and to get a test for how we wanted them to look. Will, you'll probably get a kick out of this. I'm trying to, slowly but surely trying to convince Dark to get into Fate. Water. Leather, come on. Alright, now we're talking. Okay. Yeah. But wasn't this guy? Who was it then that had the extra? Wasn't him. Fell Arc. The Birdman? Huh? It was Gunner Man. Gunner Man had that extra pouch. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't think it's worked yet, but I'm not giving up. Okay. I think that gets all those that had extra pouches that needed. No, Birdman did have a pouch right here. That's right. I just figure, you know, Dark loves waifus. Mate's got some top tier waifus. Okay. Next color. Let's do. We got two options. We can do Ligor brown, or we can do the Basilicanum gray, and I think we need to just go ahead and do the brown. I think we need to go ahead, get the Sigor brown out of the way. It's going to take a little while, but I think it's going to be worth it in the long run. Doesn't really matter who we work on first. They all need the Sigor brown for their hair. But I think it's going to make a big difference for all of them when their hair is done. think we did. Yeah, we did some of the face stuff in the Cygor too. This is gonna be really difficult to do right. Ooh. Okay. That was actually a lot better than I thought that was going to turn out. I thought that was going to be way worse. It really does make a big difference when they have the hair. We still have to do the Gilliman flesh for the actual, like, bodies. But it does have waifus. Who's your favorite waifu in Fate, Will? Starting with Saint Knight or Zero? That's a good question. Good question. I mean, if we say Saint Knight, there's one big choice, and it's the Tsundere herself, right? I gotta be careful with this Cygor Brown. It makes me think about chocolate every time. And there's like a little part of me that wants to lick it. It's like, no, that would be a terrible idea. Do not do that. I forgot what the other guy, Cygor Brown, also goes back. Hey, Blunt Alibi. Yeah, we were talking about Fate waifus. I'm trying to get dark into Fate, which is a series that both Will and I love. I don't watch it as much as I should, but I do love Fate. I'm gonna do this in Cygor Brown too, actually. When that dries, that should actually look pretty good, but I want to do a thin line of the purple in there. Trying to get you into Fate, I understand. Ren, then Saber. Look, I agree. Saber's pretty good, but it's Ren for me, 100%. Alright then, Blunt Alibi, I'll put you on the spot too. Best Trails waifu. Speaking of trails, that looks really good, actually. Man, that Cygor Brown really pops. I love Cygor Brown. Give you 30 seconds to think, I don't blame you. Let's actually do a little bit more Cygor. This. Just to make that pop a little. Then we'll do some of the... So good. Blunt Alibi, I didn't know you and I could get along any better than we already do. But Laura S. Arcade is best girl. Hands down! Love Laura. Yeah, yeah, I agree. That sounds about right. I've been trying to buy a Valimar to be able to build on stream. They are not so easy to get a hold of right now. We're gonna make his mask gray just to make it stand out a little more. I have played Bull Gun. It's really fun, actually. I did a first impressions on it, and then I've played a few more chapters in after that, and I really like it. It's really fun. Really is crazy how much of a difference getting the hair painted on these guys makes them look. Alright, I accidentally got a bunch of brown on the side of that face. It'd give you a really good appreciation for Ultramarines and for Chaos Demons for sure, as well as a little bit with Cultists. I think we got most of that brown off. Not all of it, but that was kind of a mistake. But that's okay. The Gilliman flesh will cover the rest of that up. Put that on there. Guess we might as well, I want to do his mask in a different color too, but it's all wrong now. Igor brown in there to make that stand out a little more. Well, we'll figure it out when we get there. Figure it out when we get there. That's your finale in one stream 9 hours later. Oof. Man, yeah, that's tough. The finale's long. It's good, but it's long. Black spot that didn't, or there's a white spot on the back of his head that didn't get black like it was supposed to. I'll have to fix that later. Doing the rest tomorrow. Thanks. You started with Fate Stay Night? I don't blame you. That's where I started too. Technically, I guess I started with Tsukihime since it's in the same universe. But Fate Stay Night was where I started. Knowing it was Fate, you know? I am the bone of my sword. Just a little bit there. There we go. I got it one finger. Seriously, thinking of getting into proper VN games? Visual novels? Yeah. Don't blame you. VNs are fun, but take a little while to beat sometimes. I don't know what my favorite visual novel would be. There's a lot of good ones. Would have got me laughed off the internet for a while there, but I really like Katawa Shoujo. But I think that's just because of my breath problems. I really identified with the main character. Tsukihime's good. I like the Utawarerumono series a lot, though most of those aren't visual novels anymore. Now they're straight up video games. We'll try Muv-Love. I don't blame you. Didn't start with 0. Yeah, I don't blame you. 8-0 is, it's good, but a weird one to start with. A lot of people do, though. Tears to Tiara VO, or VN was pretty good. In a weird way, I wound up watching a lot of shows that were based on visual novels. And I didn't realize it because I'd already played the novel. And for some reason, it didn't click in my brain. And I was like, oh, it's the same thing. It makes sense. Never have read Muv-Luv, but I've always heard really good things about it. Alright, Mr. Fellark, I think you're the last one for some Cygor Brown. Back on Aeotans. Muv-Luv has spinoffs too. Muv-Luv also apparently has mechs, so like I'm interested. I played a Muv-Luv game many years ago. Muv-Luv Alternative, I think is what it was called. Chat, you can't tell me this Cygor Brown does not look like chocolate. I'm resisting the urge to taste it because I know that it will hurt. It will do terrible things to me, but it looks like chocolate. Later it does? Okay. Okay, next up, I guess, will be the Gilliman Flesh. And then after that, we'll do Basilicanum Gray. It really did make a big difference on them to have the brown. And we are making exceptional time right now. I am going to take long enough to steal another drink of my drink real quick. One napkin is pretty much trash, so I'm going to use the old napkin it's also pretty much trashed. Should have brought more napkins in. I didn't think we'd be making this much progress. We might actually finish them tonight. Okay. Okay, Gilliman Flesh. If we finish them tonight, chat, I have a plan for the next painting stream. But we have 3 options. I'd like to ask which of the options sounds the most interesting to you. We're going to do them all eventually. Options are, we can paint the goats, the Felgor Ravagers, the Beasts of Chaos, of which I just got a new kill team in. And I won't lie to you, I'm very excited to paint them. Or Schwartz and Markin has mechs, that's true. Or we could paint one of the Monster Hunter minis that I got as part of the Monster Hunter Kickstarter that I supported. Or we could paint... I don't need Gilliman Flesh for this guy. What am I doing? Should not have grabbed that Cygor Brown. That was a mistake. Or we could paint a giant Chaos Space Marine that I got in. Like he's as tall as a Gundam. Pretty brutal too. Nice. I figure what I'll probably do is do a poll. But if people have preference, I figured I would ask. I feel like my words just trail off whenever I get focused on trying to paint a specific thing. We are actually really close to being done, which is super exciting. All right, what do we do for the eyes on the other one? We did warp lightning. Okay. Really didn't want to do warp lightning, I'm going to be honest, but okay. Another one on your list now? Nice. I have never seen Schwartz and Markson. Really should. But it always makes me think about, oh, what is that show called? Horizon on the Middle of Nowhere, where the two witch girls are German. Always makes me think about that. Two lesbian witch girls are German in Horizon in the Middle of Nowhere, which is a great show that nobody's ever seen. Alright. Trans-Am indeed. Was not this one, it was this one. Magos Purple. And I had somebody ask before on Twitter why the elves have Gilliman flesh for their flesh colors, because we're trying to match Captain Harlock. That's the closest thing to human flesh we have. 40k. So. Girls in Panzer last week. Nice. I dropped it pretty hard, but it wasn't because the show was bad. It's because I got caught up and never went back to it. Which is like the story of my life. It comes to shows that I try to watch while they're airing. I am much better at watching shows after they're finished. We're supposed to be doing purple for the eyes, not or green for the eyes, not purple, but you know, I just made a mistake there. F indeed. I'm doing the same thing with Kamen Rider Geats right now. It is a great show, and I just have not got caught up. I get really busy and stop watching with the intention to come back later, and then just never do. Which is a huge shame, because the shows deserve better. Oh, you're in the last 3 hours? Nice. Such a good game. Such a good game. To be honest, I'm kind of using the purple as like a catch-all color at this point. For anything that I hadn't painted before, that I didn't know what color I wanted to paint it, I'm making it the purple. Just because I think the purple looks really good. Last few hours of that game are really, really good. Oh, I forgot one more thing with Gilliman Flesh. We're supposed to get the arms. I guess we're going to have to go back to Gilliman Flesh after we finish the purple. And then we'll do the green. And then we just have touch up black to finish. Big burn! Oh, we still have to do gray too. I remember how angry people were that Shirley calls him McFire Bro. And they were trying to quote Japanese to the translators. Because in the original version, she calls him Flames Onisan, which is literally McFire Bro. It's Fire Bro. Yeah, 100%. Like, calm down. It's okay. What do we do for the hilts on these guys? The hilt in gray for something. Yeah, no, I like it a lot. It turned out really cool with her and Cedric. I didn't see it coming, but I'm really happy that's the way it happened. Spacewell Gray looked really good on his blades. I might put it on the other blades too. I'm feeling how close I am to the end, and it's making me a little antsy about finishing it. Good old McBurn. That's a good fight. Go. After this, we'll do, I guess we'll do Gilliman Flesh again, or then we'll do black. We need to finish up the Gilliman Flesh, and we still have some on the palette, so we might just try and do that real quick. The outside of the face mask in the purple. Up his blade in the purple. Touch these up a little. Make sure they're still popping. Yeah, HP gets really high. By that point in the game, I had made Kurt impossible to kill. And so Kurt Vander was my go-to for all of that. we do need a little bit more snakebite leather for him too. My Kurt had like a 95% dodge chance, I think. Night battles, yeah. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. It winds up just being keep going until they die. Keep swinging until they finally stop moving. And that's not a fun way to win. It works, it's just not enjoyable. Oh, we're so close to being done with these guys. I can feel it. Chat. I swear it to my bones. I love this feeling when you finish a project you've been working on for a while. We need a little bit more purple right there. All right. Jeez, we're going to set him aside so we don't forget. Put a little bit of flesh on there. Arms. Underneath the armor. We got to get this whole section with black that I missed somehow. P5, the first persona, right? What everybody always seems to think whenever they talk about it. I like P5 a lot, I really do, but the way people talk about that game drives me up a wall sometimes. Alright, let's get the back of his saber real quick. There's a little bit of touch-up work I want to do for all of the people. It's not working. I really didn't have to want to open the paint again, but we're gonna have to. Get just a single daub to put right there. We put too much. There we go. Also, congrats on getting so close to the end, man. You did it. Said you were worried you were going to be able to pull it off, but you did it. Yeah, it was Alpha Red's outro for a while. That's true. That is not a YouTuber that I watch often, but it is a YouTuber that I have a lot of respect for. Because the man knows the grind, carries the grind forward, he doesn't stop, he just keeps going. And like, you know what? At the end of the day, I gotta respect that. Okay, let's get our warp lightning. We'll do everybody's eyes. And then we'll do the black and finish off all the models. Do the final touch up. Then we'll be done. Way too much there. Now it just looks like he's got a lot of extra green around his eye. That's not what I was going for. There we go. Now for the other one. Definitely need some more touch up back there. Smash Ultimate for like 2 to 3 years. That's fair. That's fair. I'm gonna touch that up with gray, I think. I forgot we still gotta do the gray. That guy's already finished. I always get so nervous doing the eyes. But I've gotten a lot better than I used to be, for sure. Alright, now there's just a thin green line for that helmet. I like it. I like it. What doesn't help is I put a lot of brown on there beforehand. Makes it kind of tough to see the eye. Guy did not quite, his face did not quite turn out the way I wanted it to. Pulled a lot of the green out. Still not super happy with it. We might just use some more wash of brown over the top of it, or a Gilliman flesh over the top of it. Try to make it even out a little. Should not have chosen green for the eyes. That was a mistake. Alright, his eyes turned out okay. We're gonna make his mask black. I think that's gonna pop really well. Put little daubs of green in there for his eyes. That should work pretty well. Okay. So, what we're gonna do, while it's still fresh, we're gonna put a little bit more Gilliman flesh over that guy's eyes. It's all messed up. Then we'll take and do the silicon of gray that we still need to do. And then we'll finish up in black. Every once in a while, Alpha Rat will do something with Pokemon challenges, which is a YouTuber that I often will have on in the background while doing something else, because I think he makes good stuff for Nuzlocke, and I think they do some good stuff together. I like when they make videos together. All right, that makes him look way more muddy, which is kind of working for me, I think. Because it makes the mask look way more appropriate, I think. Okay. I've been watching, or I guess listening to, a lot of Kyle Hill lately with his radiation series. I find it fascinating that we have something so dangerous that we just, you know, keep around, use all the time, and we don't have it sealed off the way it should be. Okay, gray time. real quick. Touch up all the swords with Space Wolf's Grip. Really like that murky look that gives that. For pirates, murky sabers, really cool and appropriate. Okay. And I'm not saying we shouldn't use radiation, just should probably be more careful how we use it. Just clarify, I'm not trying to become a anti-radiation activist. Just, we haven't been as careful in the past as we really should have been, and we're still not as careful today as I wish that we were. And I will leave it at that. All right. Do I even really need Basilicanum Gray anywhere? I kept thinking I did, but I don't think I really do. I know we need more black and snakebite leather. Oh, on the rocks. That's where I was thinking I needed it. On the rocks on the bases here. Muddy up those rocks a little. We have 2 tactical rocks. I'm trying to think of what other YouTubers I watch a lot. Keep seeing things I missed in other colors, chat. Really frustrating me. I know how close I am to being done. And I want to see these finished. I watch Chess Simp pretty often. Does some fun chess challenges that I like. Paint chips, huh? Oh right, I was in a little bit of gray for his mask. Not a lot. That mucks that up a little bit, makes it less bright, vibrant. I've been watching a lot of Sea Dog lately, Sea Dog VA. And I've been watching a good bit of Ludwig lately. Ludwig Ogren. Or Mogul Male, you know. Those two guys look really similar. Okay, Black Templar, here we go. Time to finish this up. Not what I wanted to do just there. Go. Behind on TT. I get that for sure. Really doesn't take long at all to fall behind either. Grass taste. Good stuff, but I am also very behind. All right, the fell arc's done. Then he's done, and then I'm doing some touch up. There we go. The fell arc. The fell arc is done. I'm really happy with them, and they're like phantom looking sabers now. And I think we achieved the Harlock look. Purple weapons. Fog in the... Got the red, we've got the gold. Black. Blue pants. It's not perfect, but it was never going to transfer perfectly onto Space Elves. That's one model. Alright, next up. Actually, I don't think he needs any more. I think he's pretty much good. Little guardians. Alright, so that's 2 done. Our bird boy's done. Seamless the mix of colors. Look, I appreciate that, man. I spent a lot of time trying to make sure they blend well and picking out colors that I think are going to blend well, you know? That's actually a lot of time is dedicated to that. Because I want it to look good when it's done, you know? And then the other part of that is GW's contrast paint. I've heard the Army Painter paint does the same thing. If so, awesome. Because more paint needs to make it easy for people. I missed this entire arm section when we originally painted them. Grab that now. There'll be a couple spots I'm sure that I missed somewhere along the way, but always do touch up on those later. Right. What I wind up doing most often, it feels like, to try and get them where I want them, is to pull up Photoshop and mess around with the colors. Okay, how does this look? How does this look? You know? Not perfect. There's always going to be a couple spots that I wish that I'd done different colors in afterwards, you know? But I really like the way that thin green line is up there for his eyes, like that's his visor. It looks really cool. We're knocking them out little by little. Gunner's turn. Alright, and I haven't seen any opinion on what we're painting next, so we'll probably put it to a vote. I'll do a YouTube vote and a Twitch vote. And we'll see how people feel about it, because we got some good options, I think. Missed the back section of that leg. Oops. That's the gunner done. We're done. I'll give a quick rundown of each member of the cast of the group of the crew. Did miss some gold right there that we'll have to get quick. This guy.
Where have you been? Been searching all along. Confessing twilight on and on. Without the clue.
Him
Without
aside.
the sign,
Come back for gold for him.
without grasping it.
Yeah, that actually wound up looking a lot better in his head than I thought it would.
Where have I been? I'm a sharpshooter at Booth's masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a sharpshooter. What else should I be? Please don't take off my mask. Reveal
A little bit of a spot there that I didn't get quite so dark. There we go. I want to do his face one more time, maybe. I might wind up just having to highlight his face again to make it really pop. I'm not loving that.
moments of calm, nothing left to be found. A mirror right in front of me. That's where I an empty glass reflecting that's a
All right, we'll get his face again real quick. Then we'll get the gold. Then we'll show him off. Then we'll call the stream.
I'm a sharpshooter.
While I'm doing these touch-ups,
Booth's masquerade,
we'll be back Monday.
hiding both
In
face
my
and
Monday.
mind, all free for you to draw.
Tuesday with the regular night podcast, regular Tuesday podcast. We'll be back. There it is. We'll be back Wednesday with whatever game gets voted on Tuesday. Last week, Rundgren played Doom Eternal. See what winds up getting voted on this time. The main goal here is to get the rest of that green out of the way, where it's just the eyes that are left with the green. But I knew the face on that guy was going to be difficult. I'm not super happy with it, but it could be a lot worse. Definitely would rather have that than what I've done to some of the faces over the course of this series. We'll be back Thursday with Polynesian mythology, as we look at a brief overview of Polynesian mythology for the sake of TTRPGs and how you would use it in TTRPGs. And then next Friday, we'll finish up the GM card again. We go. That's them done. How's his face looking now? Yeah, that's a lot better than it was. It's still not perfect, but it's better than it was, and I'll keep messing with it. Kind of wish I'd chosen a different color for the face anyway. Even with the Captain Harlock theme, I'd just gone for like a light blue or something, because I think it's a little too dark. They are a very dark colored team right now. Oh, for sure. We're going to run through them real quick for anybody that wants to stay, or for anybody that's watching the VOD later, just to be able to show them off individually. But then we're going to go. So we have our duelist. Looking sick. We have the, I think this is the Kurnathi. Have a good one to anybody that's leaving now. And also to anybody that's leaving when I leave. This is our Farseer. Face is still a little wet, but or this is the Farseer. I can't remember which. I have it in my app for when I play. For anybody who's like, "Don't you play these guys?" This is Birdman. Really like how that red turned out, adding it to the wings. I think it looked really good. This camera's also like really dark, even though the light's on it. They look a little darker here than they actually do. Our leader, the Fellark. This is our gunner. Really happy with how he turned out. This is our sniper. And finally, the Shade Runner. Thanks everybody again for coming out and being a part of this. It means a lot to me. It's been really fun putting these together and doing this in honor of Leiji Matsumoto, Captain Harlock. I feel like I didn't do the best job that could have been done, but I hope that Mr. Matsumoto would be proud. So, thanks again, everybody, for watching, and until next time, I've been Trey. This has been the Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that Paint and Minis has to offer.